My name is Emma and welcome back to my channel, Ramble and Fangirl. Today we are doing something very, very exciting because we are doing a book haul. This is my first book haul on Booktube, obviously, as I am a huge reader and I work at a bookstore, so I get books all the time. If I ever do buy books outside of the store I work at, then I try to buy ones that I won't be able to get at the store. Like I try to go to used bookstores or more independent ones. I like getting different editions of my favorite books or older editions of books that I want to get because I am the kind of reader who will go out of her way to get a hardcover version of a book. Because I'm really extra and I don't really like paperbacks very much. Without any further ado, let's get down to the hauling. I'm sorry, I'm back. Let's get down to it. I have read a couple of these books, so I'm gonna start with those. The first one that I am hauling is Before the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray. This book, if you don't know, this is the third book in the Diviners series, and I read this on audiobook. I've been doing that lately where I have been reading a book on audiobook and then going and buying the physical copy. I also just love the Diviners audiobooks, and while like I'm sure it's a good time to read this physically, I mean, who knows, I might do like a physical reread of this whole series maybe after the fourth one comes out, but I am in love with the audiobooks and I'm always looking for more audiobooks as I tend to be on transit a lot or driving or cleaning my house and doing lots of different things that I can't sit down and read a book to get through all the books I want to read. And the audiobooks of these books are fantastic. January Lavoie is the narrator and she is amazing. Like, she narrates the entire book, but it feels like you have an entirely full cast of narrators for this series because it's multiple perspectives. It's fantastic. And thinking back on it, like I'm like, oh yeah, no, I didn't read that physically. I listened to that, but in my head it like completely translated to me having read it with my eyes. But I'm just really glad to own this because this is one of my favorite series ever. I love this series so much. I haven't been this completely invested where I like just going about my day and I'm like imagining myself in the world since maybe like The Mortal Instruments. If you don't know what this series is about, it is a 1920s paranormal murder mystery series set in New York City, and it follows this group of teens who all possess diviner abilities, which is like being able to read minds or travel into people's dreams or heal people or see the future, all those kind of like more like witchy powers, and I love it. It's fantastic. The first one is definitely more typical murder mystery, and then the next two books have just like expanded the world in the most wonderful way that I could not have expected. These are really the only like scary books I like to read. They are, you know, thrilling. It has like ghosts and paranormal and supernatural stuff, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, everyone should read this. All the characters are fantastic, and I can't really tell you much about this one in particular as it's the third one in this series. It's just an amazing continuation, and I highly, highly, highly recommend you pick up the series if you haven't yet, because it's actually like one of my new favorite series ever. Okay, book number 2 that I've already read is Daisy Jones and the Six. I read this on audiobook as well, and it was fantastic. I loved The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Jenkins. It was my favorite book of 2018, and this book was no exception. I didn't love this one as much as Evelyn Hugo, but I did really love it. If you didn't know, it tells the story of the rise and fall of a 1970s rock band told through like interview style narrative, as if like it's a transcript of a documentary from all the different members of the band and the people who are around them, and it's amazing. Jenkins has done it again with making you think that all these people are real, but they're not. But I'm really, really excited for the miniseries adaptation that it's getting, because we're going to get all the music that is talked about in this book, which is I'm just so excited for, because I love the music, and that was like my favorite part of it. Major content warnings though for substance abuse and addiction. That was difficult for me to get through just due to like family history stuff, but I really, really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend the audiobook, but the physical copy is so beautiful, and it has all the lyrics from the final album of the band in the back. So I'm really glad I bought this, because now I can like recommend it to people, because a lot of people think of audiobooks as super inaccessible, but now I'm just like, here. But also the audiobooks are really good. And January Lavoie is on this one too. She just makes audiobooks books better. Book number 3 that I've already read is Water Runs Red by Jenna Clare. If you don't know who Jenna is, she's this beautiful soul. Look at her. She is a fellow booktuber and bookstagrammer, and she does amazing photography, and now she is a published poet. She self-published this collection. It's on Amazon. Go buy it. You can get an ebook edition that is fully in color, but then you can also get this beautiful paperback. All the stuff in it is black and white. Like, she did like literally the most gorgeous stuff, graphics and illustrations. It's beautiful. This collection does have like a narrative arc, which is really cool, and it details 2 of her major friendship fallouts and then her journey into a better friendship. And as someone who's had a lot of really difficult stuff, like really the closest thing for me that I've known to heartbreak in my life is, you know, friendship breakups, which suck and are the worst. So this was extremely relatable. It was beautiful. I highly, highly recommend you get it if you are able to. It's fantastic and it's beautiful. And I loved it. And if you don't follow Jenna already, follow Jenna because she's amazing. And the next book that I am going to talk about is Red Dog by Carson. I got this at a secondhand bookstore in Victoria, BC. So if you're from Victoria or ever go to Victoria, go to Russell's Books. It's an amazing secondhand bookstore. It's like a mini Powell's or Strand, and it's fantastic, and it's like my favorite bookstore ever. And this is Red Dog. I don't know that much about it, but it's pretty much like a collection of poems and essays, and it's by Carson, who is someone I studied in school last year. Carson is born in Canada and teaches ancient Greek for a living, and she writes like collections inspired by it. What I read in school is called If Not Winter, the Fragments of Sappho. So if you didn't know, Sappho is the first female poet, and she was a lesbian as well, and that's where the word sapphic comes from, because her name was Sappho, and she lived on the island of Lesbos, and her poetry is gorgeous. Only fragments have survived, because they're like really, really heckin' old, and Carson did like a translation of it from the original ancient Greek, and they're my favorite translations of Sappho's poetry, and they're all about the woman that she loved, and it was really, really tragic, and it's gorgeous. And Carson's amazing. So this is just another one of her collections, and I'm just excited to have more Carson in my life. And as well, I got an ORESTEIA by Carson. It's the ORESTEIA trilogy by 3 different Greek playwrights from 3 different time periods, but they kind of all wrote plays that follow this narrative arc. It's called the ORESTEIA, the story, and then this is her translation of it. And I'm really excited because I obviously loved her translation of If Not Winter. And then the last Carson book I got is Glass, Irony, and Gold. I just think she's wonderful, and I don't ever need to know that much about her stuff to want to read it. So I'm very excited to read this. The next book I got is The Princess Saves Herself, and this one by Amanda Lovelace. Wow, I love having stickers on my books. This is just a rebuy because my original one got damaged by water because my cat knocked over her water mug, and this was on the floor because I'm messy. But if you don't know, Amanda Lovelace is a poet, and she has written the Women Are Some Kind of Magic poetry trilogy. Each of them kind of follow a different kind of narrative arc and different kind of fairy tale theme, and the first one is about princesses. The next book is The Mystery of Black Hollow Lane by Julia Noble. Look at this. It is really pretty. It's got like gold foil, kind of. I don't know actually if it's gold foil, but it's like gold font at least, and it's so pretty. It's a middle grade. Yeah, the character's name is Emmy, where I was like, me, because my name's Emma, but I go by Emmy as well, and she goes to boarding school, and there's like mystery and magic and stuff, and I'm just really, really excited to read it. I love boarding school novels. If you didn't know, I went to boarding school, so I'm always very curious to hear people's interpretations of it. You can usually tell if the author themselves went to boarding school or not, because some things is just like, that's just not right. But then other times it's really awesome, and I really like reading what different people's experiences. I'm just really excited to read it. I love middle grade. I think this will be really cute and fun, and it's beautiful, as I said. I'm very excited that I picked this up, and I want to read it very soon. And the next book is a book that I have been trying to buy for a long time, but something happened with the printing where the spines all looked really weird for like a good 2 months, and that is A Very Large Expensive Sea by Tahereh Mafi. As you can see, like, it's got a very pretty spine, but for a while, like, all the text was like shifted, so like it was going on to the front. And I'm a book snob, so I wasn't going to buy it. But now I did. because I found one that wasn't messed up looking. I have never personally read the Shatter Me series, and I don't know if I will, just it's so far along and I was never really into it, but this story sounded amazing. It tells the story of a Muslim teenage girl after 9/11, and I just think that's such an amazing, important story, and I'd love to hear more stories from a Muslim perspective. And Tahereh Mafi herself is Muslim, so I know it's based partly on her personal experiences, and it's just gorgeous, and I really want to read this soon. So the next two books are just proof that I love hardcovers, and that is The Battle of the Labyrinth and The Last Olympian by Riordan. So these are the last two books in the Percy Jackson series, which I have read several times and I love. And I have these new edition covers, but in the paperback, because I bought them a couple years ago, and I didn't know that there were hardcover versions of the series, and it makes me sad because these are really beautiful books, these new editions, and the spines are really pretty. They like line up, but they're all cracked because they're paperbacks, and I hate paperbacks. And I've read them a couple times. So I saw these and they were on for really cheap. So I was like, heck yeah, I'm buying these. And these are my two favorites of the series, incidentally. So it seemed pretty perfect. They are so pretty. I'm excited to own these because they're beautiful. And I probably won't ever read these editions because I don't want to ruin them. And the next book is Voices by David Elliot, The Final Hours of Joan of Arc. The cover is done by the brilliant Charlie Bowater. Check out her Instagram. I'm so excited to read this because this is a poetry collection about the final hours of Joan of Arc, and I was obsessed with Joan of Arc when I was 13. But again, like, I didn't even know that much about her. I just like loved her. So I'm really, really excited to read this, and I know that parts of it are told from objects around her. Like, some stuff is from her perspective, but the majority of it are like the people around her, the objects around her right before she dies, and I'm just really excited. I bought this at Barnes & Noble, actually. I was just in the US to go see the Lightning Thief musical, and a vlog will be coming soon. They don't sell this, at least in my store in Canada, like not at all. You have to buy it online. So I was like, well, I gotta get it because I just saw them and I was like, oh my god, because I was about to buy it online and now I have it and I didn't have to pay for shipping. And it was blurbed by Mackenzie Lee, who's one of my favorite humans. She's the author of The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. I'm just very, very, very excited to read this. So the last book in this haul is proof that I will go out of my way to get a hardcover because I'm all about the aesthetic. And it's really funny because I used to not be. My original Harry Potter and Percy Jackson books were trashed. They were like absolutely falling to bits because I would just like pick at them and rip at them while I was reading because I wanted them to look well loved. It's not how I think anymore. I will go out of my way to get a matching set of a series. I just need my books to match. And this next book, I became very interested in it after Hannah from A Clockwork Reader started raving about it and saying it was like a mix between The Diviners and Six of Crows. And I was like, my two favorite series at the moment? Are you kidding me? And that is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. I got it in a hardcover, so we only have it in paperback in my store. And the second book's already out, and that one's obviously in hardcover. And I didn't think I would ever be able to find this. I've been looking for ages. I think this book takes place over two timelines. So there's modern day New York and then Gilded Age New York, which is like early 1900s. And there are mages who are now living in hiding. And the main character, her magic is time travel. And she's a talented thief, and then she travels back to 1902 to steal an ancient book containing secrets in order to save the world. It's like a heist, and it's got early 1900s vibes and time travel, which is my favorite thing ever. I want to read this like next. I probably won't because I'm the worst, and I always say I'm gonna read the book next. But who knows? Maybe I will. I'm so excited to read this, and I hope I love it. I tend to really like all the books that Hannah from A Clockwork Reader likes because we just have similar taste. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to read this book, and that's the end of the book haul. Let's see if I can do the typical booktuber thing and hold them all. Oh god, this is not going to end well. Okay, I got them stacked. Let's go. Wow, this is a pretty big haul. Let's see how many books there are. 13! 13! 13 is my lucky number. Yay! Oh, this actually isn't too hard. I was just worried about picking them up. And because they're all beautiful, I didn't want to ruin them. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some good recommendations out of this. Tell me what book that you're most interested in out of these ones. Have you read any of the books that I've already read out of this series? So thank you for watching this video. If you want to follow me on social media, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @MeRoseD. And if you want to follow my Bookstagram, you can follow me at Ramble and Fangirl. Same name as this channel. Remember, if you would like to, please subscribe and like this video. It really, really helps me out and encourages me to make more content, as I have been on YouTube for over a year now, and I don't have that many videos up because I just haven't been very motivated to make more videos. But, you know, doing easy things like book hauls, and maybe I'll do a couple wrap-ups, stuff like that. I love doing tags, and I know the tags aren't as big of a thing anymore. I want to bring them back because I love doing them, and I've been saving up all the tags I've been wanting to do. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are. Thank you for watching my video, and yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying what you're reading. Goodbye, world! Sorry, that was messy.